Ladies of today find it very offensive when a man asks them, "What do you bring to the table?" What do you bring to the table is not an insult. What do you bring to the table does not necessarily means money. When someone asks you, "What do you bring to the table?" it could be any other thing. So I don't know why ladies find it very offensive, because as you, as a lady, you will not allow your brother to get married to a woman or a lady who is not productive, or you not allow your son to get married to a woman or a lady who is not productive. So when someone asks you, "What do you bring to the table?" it doesn't necessarily mean he's talking about money. No, he's not talking about money. The thing is, how the world is going, you just can't get married to anybody just randomly, someone who is not productive, because you will suffer and you might remain in the poverty forever. So when you get married to someone who brings something to the table, it doesn't necessarily means money, but productive woman or a productive lady. It could be brains, it could be any other thing. Sometimes when you listen to very successful men, they would always tell you, or they always attribute their success, or they always give credit to their women or their wives. They always give credit to their wives, because there's a saying that behind every successful man there's a woman. It is not just a saying. Go into history. Every successful man that you know on this planet got married to someone who brought something to the table. Go into history. Every successful man, someone who has been extremely successful, did not just get married to any other woman. They got married to women or ladies who brought something to the table. It does not necessarily means money, but something special. That's why I said, go into history. You know that successful men don't just get married to any random lady or any random woman they find out there. They get married to ladies or women who bring something to the table. They get married to women or ladies who brings something to the table, because it's a saying, you can't do it all alone. No man is an island, so you would need somebody when you're not available. It will be unwise to get married to any lady who is not productive, as a man who is trying to attain a certain level in life. We go in and out, you go in and out. May God forbid, if someday you go out and you do not return home, and you get married to non-productive lady in the house, what do you think it will become of your children? What do you think it will become of your children? I know a certain woman who is very beautiful, very, very, very beautiful. She might be in her late 40s, going to 50s, or she might be in her 50s. She's very beautiful. When you say beauty, she's very beautiful. You know, she got married to a very rich person, a very rich man, and they had 3 kids. But unfortunately, the man died young when the kids were very little. You know, the man had properties, but the unfortunate thing is the woman was not productive. The woman was not productive. After everything, the man left 3 houses to the woman, and the other ones, the family took it. Could you imagine? The lady sold 2 of the houses and nothing came out of it. So the only thing she does is to move from one man who give her something to cater for the child or the children. He has done that through her young age, and the kids have now grown. They are matured men. But even one of the houses that are left, they've given part of the houses for rent, and they are suffering. The only thing the woman could do is to sleep with men, get money, and look after the children. The only thing she could do was that. So that means the man got married to unproductive, beautiful woman or beautiful lady. Most of men today want to avoid that. Your beauty or giving birth is not only that. You know, most of a man's growing up and a man's life, it is not painful as the man gets old and he has nothing to show for, or when he is old and broke. That is what most of men today want to avoid. If a man asks you, "What do you bring to the table?" probably that means he's also bringing something to the table. So you should be able to tell him, "This is what I bring to the table," or "This is what I'm bringing to the table." You shouldn't get offended. You should not be offended that a man asks you this. You should be specific. Now you should be able to tell him specifically what you were bringing to the table. You should be able to do that, and don't get offended, because when you go into history, you realize that any extremely successful man who ever lived on earth got married to some form or some kind of ladies or women who brought something to the table.